From the Samsung Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
It's the biggest holiday of the summer, but there's plenty of fun to be had all summer long. Summer fun in northeastern Pennsylvania, our top story on News 13. Good evening, everybody, and happy 4th of July. I'm Kathy Bazinski. Well, whether you're young or young at heart, nothing says summer like spending the day at an old-fashioned amusement park. One of the best known is right in our backyard. Christina Papa and Matthew Petrillo headed to Elysburg for what's probably the most fun assignment they'll have this summer.
We're at Knobles. It's the largest free admission park in the country.
And with over 60 rides, all of our friends will have plenty to do today. Guys, what's your favorite ride? Okay, well, obviously it's mixed emotion right here today. I guess we'll have to figure it out for ourselves. Let's go take a look at some of the rides.
If you want to have affordable family fun, this mom and pop type amusement park is the place to be.
Knobles was just a swimming hole when it first opened back in the 1700s, and today Dick Knobles' family still runs the park here in Elysburg.
As far back as I remember, there were 4 rides here, and one of them we didn't even own. And it just grew from that.
Mr. Knobles may not be a familiar face to most park goers, but Cosmo and Dexter definitely are.
They're Knobles' furry friends, and they're the faces of the park. Kids young and young at heart can't resist giving them a big old bear hug.
Dexter and Cosmo took us to their favorite ride, the carousel.
This 100-year-old carousel is one of the oldest carousels in America, and it happens to be right here in Knobles. And it's also one of the few carousels that still has the brass ring game.
Which is one of the few carousels in the United States where you can still catch the brass ring for a free ride.
But if you're the type that has a need for speed, the park has plenty of rides to choose from.
Stratosphere, the 148-foot drop tower, that gives you a good thrill. And of course, there's Twister roller coaster, Phoenix roller coaster, Wipeout, Fandango, Cantique Cars, Kid Carts, Roundup, Parachute Family Tower, Paratrooper, Roto Jets, the Haunted Mansion is award-winning dark ride, and then numerous, about 15, 20 kiddie rides.
The ride everyone seems to talk about here, the Phoenix. And you can tell by their applause how awesome it is. It's actually considered the 3rd best wooden roller coaster in the world, and it was actually one of the first roller coasters to be transported from one area to another. This came from Texas about 30 years ago. This was my first ride on the Phoenix, so I was a little nervous. But this ride was pretty smooth, and it was definitely not short on thrills.
But kids want to have fun too. Just make sure you're tall enough to get on a ride, and no cheating.
And if you have little ones who aren't quite ready for the Phoenix, there's rides like this, Cosmos Curves, a roller coaster just for kids.
This miniature coaster was just the right size for the little tykes who had a great time.
This was awesome! I love this ride! This is the best roller coaster they ever made! Thank you for building this!
Thrill seekers always love a good roller coaster, but one ride will have you squishing in your shoes for more.
First you go really, really high, and then when you go down, you get soaked and wet.
Overwhelmed with water and just all over you. It just feels amazing.
Welcome to the Alamo!
And when you want a break from the rides and want a bite to eat, come down here to the Alamo. It's their only restaurant and one of their only air-conditioned buildings, and you can taste foods like
chicken and waffles.
It's a staple here at the Alamo and one of the park's most famous dishes.
They come here mostly for the chicken and waffles. I had a table who comes all the way down from Florida every year to have our chicken and waffles, which is the most important thing that we have here.
I've had people come from out of state and say chicken and waffles. And when that's after they've tried them, they say, wow, that's good.
This is a new experience for me. Tasty. But there's so much more to choose from, and you won't be disappointed. Knobles has won the Amusement Today's Golden Ticket Award for Best Food 7 years straight.
We have the pretzel nuggets that we all go over for. We also have the fudge shop, the roasted peanuts, the cotton candy. It's basically like all the sweet foods that we have, the soft ice cream, the hard ice cream. We also have the International Food Court, which has pasta. We also have Cesari's Pizza. They have Mostly pizza, stromboli, all different stuff around here. Tri-taters, all that fun stuff.
With the food stand at every corner, you won't go home hungry.
We have potato cakes, halushki, kielbasi, a whole bunch of Polish foods like that. Deep fried honey stung chicken, which is really delicious. Sweet potatoes fries.
Hog wild fries, gravy fries, chili cheese fries, a vegetarian chili that is amazing. We have San Francisco melts, club wraps.
And the park prices won't leave your wallet empty either.
I want people walking away here with a happy feeling. They're satisfied. They got value for their money. The family's all fine and happy.
It's a great family environment. You get to watch them have a great time. And with that, you're not as worried about crime or anything like that. It's just a great family, fun environment.
And what better way to end your day here at Knobles than with a ride on the Ferris wheel and a view from the top?
It's really incredible. You can see everything from the Sclooge to the Twister to the Phoenix and the entire amusement park here at Knobles.
Definitely. I think the only thing left to do is to get a cone of ice cream. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Reporting from Knobles, I'm Christina Papa.
I'm Matthew Pachillo for News 13.
That is all the fun those guys get to have for the rest of the summer right there. Well, still ahead on this summer fun edition of News 13, perhaps you like your rides on the more natural side. We'll take you for a day of fun on the Lehigh and other points in Carbon County when News 13 continues. Well, from a leisurely stroll along Victorian streets to riding the rapids, only one local community offers it all. Stephanie Gorney with a summertime day tour of Jim Thorpe and Carbon County.
If you're looking for some thrills on a hot summer day, Jim Thorpe is the place to be. The Lehigh River that flows through the town offers many different excitement levels, including one of the only places locally to get a whitewater rafting tour.
I've been rafting since 1977, and as you can see, it's very popular with school groups, family groups, all kinds of groups.
Pocono whitewater rafting has been giving people thrills for over 30 years and believe that this exciting trip is something that everybody has to try eventually.
It's a great experience. I mean, I feel like it's something everyone should do at least once in their lives. I mean, it's great to get out here, enjoy nature, things out here you just wouldn't see anywhere else in the world. And it's just a great excitement level. You know, we have everything ranging from things that are good for beginners, first-timers, and even things that are good for intermediate and more advanced boaters. We offer different levels and for different levels of experience and different levels of comfort. We offer something for just about anybody to come out here and try. And it's just a really, really fun time.
This adventure is a great way to get the family out of the house and get cooled off by the best that Mother Nature has to offer.
In the summer, we're running what we call the family section. We put it in Jim Thorpe, and we do about 8 river miles, and halfway down we stop for a streamside barbecue, which seems to be really popular.
The Riverside Lunch includes an all-you-can-eat barbecue in a riverside meadow, where you can enjoy a delicious picnic and an excellent view. Along with the thrills and rapids, there's also beautiful scenery as you make your way down the river, as well as wildlife that you wouldn't see anywhere else.
That you're going into, the gorge is just phenomenal. Walls going up, studded with green, birds flying. Saw an osprey flying yesterday. We see eagles. There's fish in the river. The river is quite clear. In between the rapids, people are jumping in and out and swimming and stuff. It's nice stuff.
Many groups come from out of state for this rare experience because it is a great way to bond with family and friends and share a once-in-a-lifetime experience together.
Well, yeah, I wanted to come up here to go whitewater rafting, to hang out with friends. We're all going to graduate tomorrow, so it's a fun way to kind of spend our time with each other and, you know, have some teamwork, go down a river, you know, and just enjoy each other and have fun.
But if you're not really in for getting wet and would rather experience the beauty of nature in a less thrilling way, then there is the perfect solution for you.
We do shuttle service where we take you and our bikes or you and your own bikes to the top of the gorge trail. So there's a 15 or a 25 mile option. And then the trail actually comes out in the parking lot across the street.
Biking allows you to experience the different scenic attractions at your own pace and see many more views than you would while traveling down the river.
Biking is actually a great way to enjoy the gorge without having to get wet. And there's also different hikes if you like to hike along the trail. There's waterfalls and other historical landmarks to see.
This gives families the opportunity to get away from the fast life of a city and take in everything that nature has to offer without spending a lot of money.
It's a great way for families to do something fun together without the stress of time and you know, the hustle and bustle of the city and things like that. So
now, if you're still not much of an active person, but are still looking for a way to cool off, there are plenty of swimming spots along the Lehigh River to take a dip in. If you have any questions on whitewater rafting or biking, call 1-800-WHITEWATER to find out more information or to make reservations. Stephanie Gorney, News 13, Jim Thorpe.
Well, if whitewater rafting isn't your thing, how about some high-flying summer fun? Matthew Petrillo reports from 5,000 feet above Schuylkill County with some fun for anyone who ever thought about learning to fly a plane.
You can call it deja vu, but flying student Ralph Falls always knew he'd eventually be in a plane's cockpit.
It's just something to see. I love it up there, and it's you never want to come down.
Since he retired, he's giving himself that chance. He started attending flying school here at Bright Aviation 3 months ago.
Landing. That's the hardest part. That's what I'm working on now is my landing. Everything else comes pretty easy.
So easy that now he's just weeks away from getting his private plane pilot license. And he could be a part of an upcoming trend.
Demand for pilots of all types are going to increase dramatically.
That's because new FAA requirements have a mandatory retirement age at 65. Airlines could possibly see a shortage in pilots over the next few years.
Here at this flight school, we can take advantage of that and train the pilots for tomorrow.
But Bright Sky isn't just for school. Anyone can cruise around town in these. So News 13 got into the cockpit. Now, riding in this type of aircraft is a lot more personal than your typical commercial plane. If you and two friends want to do that, it costs just $70. But if you want the introductory package where you can actually fly the plane, it costs just $85.
I'll be renting a plane here, going on vacation, my wife and I, using it to go on vacation, so you're not at the mercy of the airlines. And you can come and go as you please, and that's what my goal is.
Just the freedom it gives you getting up in the world. It's a completely different view.
Oh, it's amazing, the view you get, the color, the scenery, the topography you can see. You get a much different picture. And as everybody says, the feel freedom is unbelievable.
And the feeling behind the yoke is spectacular and pretty easy. In short, flying the plane is kind of like driving a car, except you can never steer off the road, you can never really take a wrong turn, and you most definitely will never get a speeding ticket. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Pottsville.
Well, nothing says beautiful summer afternoon like a day out at the ballpark. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Rail Riders home has been completely refurbished this year. And Mike Madry takes us out to the ball game for a look at what's going on and off the field.
If you're looking for a night out with your significant other or looking to take the family out for a fun night, look no further than PNC Field. After nearly 2 months since the grand opening, PNC Field is drawing in a record-breaking crowd since the minor league ball team came to the area. The vision of the renovation came nearly 2 years ago, and for Rob Crane, the Rail Riders GM, this ballpark has even surpassed the vision he had. In this exclusive interview with News 13, Crane tells us why PNC Field is even doing better than expected.
For me, it's exceeded the expectations. PNC Field is really the crown jewel of minor league baseball. It's gorgeous. It's got every single amenity that you want, from high-definition video boards to play areas for kids to 360-degree concourses. And then when you look at the mountain being incorporated with the rocks and the trees and everything, it's really a ballpark like none other.
Without the fans, none of this would be possible. With the fan support, the Rail Riders were able to reward them with a gem of a minor league ballpark. With time setting in, giving people a chance to visit, Crane says the feedback has been amazing. And in some cases, the beauty of the park even leaves fans speechless.
Oh, it's been spectacular. Is that the fans are very impressed with the ballpark. They call it gorgeous. And they also say, I had no idea this is what you were talking about when you were showing us the pictures and all that. Now to see it in reality is very impressive, and it seems very positive.
Many people criticize the stadium for spending $43 million on renovations for the ballpark that may not even draw a good crowd. But to the front office of the organization, they do see a direct connection between the newly renovated ballpark and the record-setting attendance.
Oh, it's been spectacular. Our community support is great. We've already, before single game tickets went on sale, we already sold more tickets than we did all of 2011. We're trending about a month to 6 weeks ahead of where we were in 2011. The community support has been great. Now with school being out and the summer being here, we anticipate that support to continue to grow.
Well, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders are even making this ballpark more fan-friendly, and it comes from a very familiar source in your pocket. Your cell phone. There's an application online which features rosters, schedulings. You can even chat with fans. All you have to do is log on to your application center and download the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders application, and you are instantly connected to the team. If you are looking to spend a night at the PNC Field, you can get tickets starting at $7. For more information, visit Ticketmaster.com. Mike Madry, News 13, Scranton.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Mountain Speedway. Here's a look at this weekend's action. It's going to be busy. The pits, well, 2 o'clock, going to open up, and the grandstand at 5. Practices are going to start at 4, and the racing will begin at 6. So plenty of action this Saturday, and it's well worth it. Hey, grandstand admission only $10. Kids 10 and under are free, and if you're an active military or a student, even senior discount, $2 off the price of admission. There's the website and the phone numbers. You could call them and get all the information on the excitement of racing down at Mountain Speedway.
Well, there's no time like summer to spend an afternoon or an evening enjoying some delicious, creamy goodness in a cone. Nothing like ice cream, and the News 13 crew volunteered to head to Tamaqua to find out how it's made from start to finish.
What better way to start off summer than having a scoop of ice cream? Well, where it all comes from is here. This is Libby's Ice Cream Factory. I'm with the owner right now, Bill Parks. Can you tell me a little bit about the factory?
Well, we manufacture Libby's ice cream. It's company's been around since 1938. We're a third generation business.
So most people probably had some Libby's and didn't even realize it?
Well, in many cases, yes, because in addition to the frozen ice cream products, we also make specialty ice cream mixes. And those ice cream mixes we actually tanker to other companies who in turn make products under their label using our products. An example would be if you were in New York City and you were to go to see a Mr. Softy truck running around, that mix actually was made here at Libby's. Yeah, this truck is a dedicated vehicle used to move pasteurized products between our 2 facilities as well as to our third-party customers.
Okay, all right. And what do you guys do in this factory?
In the ice cream plant is where we actually take the mixes, and when we go inside, we'll show you where we actually add flavors to them. We actually freeze them. We do the packaging, we do the hardening, and as well as storage and shipping.
All right, sounds good. Let's take a trip inside. Now, after the ice cream is mixed, it comes here, and it's stored in these huge tanks that holds thousands of quarts of ice cream. And when they're ready to be mixed, they just move them over here. And Christina Papa has more on that.
So right now there's about 70 gallons of orange sherbet and mix. Can you, what is all of this? Explain.
Okay. Basically, they pump sherbet base mix into here. They have flavored it with an orange background flavor. And then from here, it goes to the ice cream freezer where it's going to be frozen.
This machine cools the ice cream, but not cold enough that they can't put some items into it like nuts or caramel. And once that's done, the real business really begins. These guys over here start packaging the ice cream into whatever it may be, a gallon or a quart.
We're going to go from here to the front. Basically, the product flows from that end of the building. We actually flavor the products, freeze the products, package the products, and then it passes into that blast freezer, which we just exited. From there, it goes down to here, we're palletizing, where they're putting it on pallets, and then back to that cold storage freezer.
Thank you. Sorry.
The room you're in now is actually what we call a cooler. It's about 40, 45 degrees. This room basically acts as a buffer between our freezer and when we ship out onto our trucks.
Oh, that's cold. That was cold. So I forgot to bring my Eskimo jacket today. Yeah. How cold is it in here, and why is it this temperature?
Well, minus 10, ice cream, the colder the better. Usually minus 10 to minus 20 we maintain in here. A little harder in the summer, but minus 10 is about what you're experiencing right now. So you can see there's ice cream, this is all being staged. This all goes out on trucks for delivery tomorrow morning. This product that was just made that's going to be shipped on tractor trailers to go out to third-party customers, as well as some frozen ingredients that we have stored here as well.
But now we're in the lab where Kathy does some of the testing to make sure the ice cream tastes just right for all the customers. Explain, what do you do?
Well, it's very important that it does taste good. It's also extremely important that it's safe. So in the lab, what we do is we test to make sure it meets certain specifications, but we also test to make sure that it is clean of any type of harmful bacteria. And that's our primary purpose in here, to make sure that it meets statistics, that it tastes just the way it should, and also that it's safe to consume.
Okay, but when is it ready to be eaten?
Well, it's actually ready to be eaten right after it comes out of that tray where the big belt, all the pints were coming down that big belt. You can actually eat it at that point.
Definitely cool. So I think Matt's he's outside with the chocolate ice cream in his hand, ready to eat. So Matt, how's it taste?
Yeah, this is a chocolate sorbet that was just made this morning, so you're more than welcome to try that. I'm making a little bit of a mess here, but.
Well, it looks good. Tastes even better.
But Matt, don't forget about the 5 new fabulous flavors they have here.
Salty caramel truffle, which is a caramel background flavored with a chocolate truffle piece in it that has caramel sauce in it with a little salty flair to it. Root beer float, which is a vanilla ice cream swirled with a root beer flavored sherbet. And red velvet cake.
And rounding out the Fab 5 flavors, cappuccino chunk and pretzels and fudge. If you want more information on any of the new flavors, you can go to our website, SSPTV.com. At Libby's, I'm Christina Papa.
I'm Matthew Petrillo
for News 13.
They ate ice cream and they looked good in the hairnet things. Plenty more summer fun headed your way on News 13. We'll take you to a music festival that attracts blues lovers from all around the world. Take you there when the 13 crew comes right back.